Hi there YouTube, Mark Verheer here with another VIC20 game, and it's the game AE by Brotherhood Software. It's also available on other platforms. I think I saw it on the MSX as well. I don't have a lot of information about the game. If you do, please let me know, because there's more ports out there, but I only saw an MSX version and this version on the VIC20. Not sure about a Commodore 64 version. Maybe the case, I'm not sure. AE, I believe that's a shooter. Yeah, so let's see how that works. Okay, so here we have the game AE by Brotherhood Software. It was written by Stephen Amert, and the original design was by Makoto Horai and another Japanese dude. Now this game is actually quite a difficult shooter, and it is actually executed quite well on this machine. Yeah, it's very similar to Galaga, were it not that there's something extra added to the gameplay, and that is the longer you press fire, the higher your weapon will fire. So instead of just pressing fire and moving left and right, you really have to time the length of you pressing down the fire button, because otherwise you'll overshoot, or you'll shoot very well, you just miss the enemies. Let's go check it out. I'm rubbish at this game. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. So left and right is the fire button, is the movement of the ship. So another wave. So they do shoot down at you. Oops. And I think this game mechanic, I mean, although it may be very interesting, is actually a bit convoluted. It doesn't make for a very nice shooter, I think. It's it's quite hopeless if you see me play. Game over. Okay, so let's try it again. So if I press fire very long, it's going to shoot very high, and it's just very tough. I do think this has come out for other systems. I am scoring some points, but quickly losing ships here. I love how the ships are moving around. It's very similar to Galaga, and the added game mechanic by actually timing your weapon. It's in a way, it's actually a bit reminiscent of that sub fighting thing in Raid Over Moscow, where you actually have to time your buttons, but you can't. Oops. I really want to expand on my score, but whoa. No, but I really like how the little ships are animated. It's all done in character graphics, I think, and it's really smooth. And of course, it's another game over. Well, I've made you suffer enough. Yep, I found a version on the MSX, so let's go check that out. Okay, firing up the MSX2. I did find a version of AE on my MSX, and yeah, basically it looks very similar to the VIC20 version, programmed by the same people, and also very nice well, isometric view, or almost a perspective view. Of course, the MSX is using sprites, so let's see how it works when I press the fire button. I think it's just as difficult. And okay, so basically if you shoot the first, now the gameplay is, yes, look, if you fire on the first of the attack wave, then you actually the explosion kills them all. So this gameplay, this actually is a bit more playable because it really shows you what you should do. And if you just hit the if you time it correctly, look, 2,000 points. So look, whoops, and they do fly quite a low. So on the VIC20 you could actually dodge the attack waves by moving all the way to the left and all the way to the right, but not in this game. So I may actually go back to the other game and see if I can actually improve my gameplay, because this actually is the more playable version, I think. But drawing the screen is actually quite lengthy. I guess back in the day it was very nice to see the computer actually painting in all the look, that is a complete whoops, and they do fly down rather a lot, so I end up dying. Okay, so I mean, if you look at it from a Galaga perspective, then you think, well, the gameplay is rather obnoxious, it's convoluted, but there's actually something nice to it. So let's go back to the VIC20 version and see if I actually can improve on my gameplay, because I didn't really give it a chance now that I've seen the MSX version and the way it plays and the way the score adds up. I think I may actually be able to do better on the VIC20. So back to the VIC20. Now, it's actually quite interesting that this game on the MSX provided some more insight into what the game mechanics are actually like. And yeah, perhaps if I did spend some more time on the VIC20 port, I could have seen that too. But yeah, let's go check out back to the VIC20 port and see if I can recreate some of that magic, because it's actually quite a nice game. Okay, back to the VIC20 port, and yeah, let's go check out how it works. Let's press the fire button. So basically you really need to aim at the yeah, now you can actually see. Yeah. So now you can actually see that by shooting at the first alien in the row in the attack pattern, all the ones that come behind it actually get destroyed in blast. Now you do have a bit of leeway on the VIC20, because if you go stand in either corner, you actually won't be attacked by the oh, and it doesn't destroy the complete line of so yeah, I mean, it does feature a nice nice mechanic. This game is really growing on me, actually. So I mean, I've had access to this game for years, and I really didn't give it a chance, but just, whoops, as you can see, I mean, there's quite a bit of a learning curve, but I'm doing much better the second time I played. And there's some perfect attack scores as well. So if you hit the first alien ship that moves around, it's a bit reminiscent of Gyrus in a way, with the way the aliens move. So may this be some sort of intermediary between Gyrus and Galaga? I mean, the way the waves are moving around, it's also very similar to Terrahawks. Perhaps the game Terrahawks, Attack of the Time Lord on the video pack or Odyssey 2 that I made a video on a while ago, may also be very much inspired by this game. I really like how additional gameplay mechanics are actually added onto the simple vertical shooting Space Invader theme. But yeah, of course, it's a matter of not becoming too greedy, and it's quite difficult. Whoops. And it's quite difficult to time your shots, but yeah, I'm really digging this game. I'm really liking this a lot more than I just the first time around. I'm probably going to be spending some more time on this. Kudos to the programmer. Quite an original program, I'd say. Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon.